I'm a boss.
Out here, I call the shots.
It's the boss.
Show 'em who's the boss.
Mr. Talk 718.
I'm a boss. You a worker.
Yo, what's good, everybody? How you doing out there today? It's your man, Mr. Talk with Talk Life Media, where we're all about keeping the spark alive. And today we're going to discuss a topic that affects us all at some point in our lives: consistency in a relationship. Now, I know some of you might be thinking consistency boring, but hear me out. Hear me out. Consistency can actually be a good thing. Think about it. When our partners are consistent in the communication and behavior, it can lead to trust and predictability, which in turn can foster feelings of security and stability. Imagine feeling like you can always count on your partner to show up in crunch time. They can show up for you and be there for you. That's a good feeling. That consistency can really make a relationship feel solid and dependable. Brothers, it's called reliability, right? That's consistency, to know that they can always count on you. So if you out there, brothers, and you're not being reliable and you're not being there like you should for your woman, then you're doing something wrong. So let's get it together, brothers. Let's get it together. Let's get it together. I just want to say to the brothers, let's get it together. But let's not forget that too much of a good thing can also be bad. Consistency in a relationship may lead to a lack of spontaneity and excitement, which can lead to feelings of boredom and dissatisfaction. As much as we like to know what to expect, we also want a little bit of surprise and excitement in our lives. I mean, who doesn't love a good surprise, date, or a spontaneous road trip? Like, let's take that trip to North Carolina. Let's take that trip to Brooklyn. Let's take that trip to California. Let's just get in the vehicle. Let's get in our whip. Let's get in our car and just drive off into the sunset. That's dope. Let's go to Key West. If you haven't been to Key West, I think everyone should take a trip to Key West because it is popping out there. Furthermore, consistency may also lead to a lack of personal growth and development, as partners may become a little bit too comfortable in their roles and may not challenge each other to change or to improve. As much as we love our partners, we also want to keep growing as individuals, and sometimes that means stepping out of our comfort zones. And let's be real, a little change and growth is never a bad thing. It can bring new excitement to the relationship. Who wants to have missionary every night? Who wants pasta every night? Who wants, shucks, man. There's a whole lot of things you can have on a consistent basis, and it becomes boring. Like, I don't like certain things in my life now because when I was a kid, I ate so much of it. It was a consistent snack. You know what I mean? But there are some things that I do like peanut butter and jelly. I was consistent with it, but then the surprise was maybe a slice of banana, or maybe some fluff, or maybe some chocolate syrup, or maybe some jelly, maybe some regular maple syrup. I mean, the change was great, even though it was consistent. The change made it so much better. So now as an adult, I can eat PB and J and feel content with that, and know that, yo, I can always change it up. I can challenge the peanut butter with some fluff, and it's gonna be delicious. Now I know, this might be a little to take in, but don't worry, it's not all bad news. According to the study by Carney and Bradbury, consistency in action and words can demonstrate commitment and reliability in a relationship, which can strengthen the bond between partners. So it's all about finding the balance between consistency and change, just like the peanut butter and jelly. Like, I was consistent with the peanut butter and jelly, PB and J, but then I had a PB and fluff. I learned that from a friend of mine. He came to school with a brown paper bag, and he was like, "Hey, Mr. Talk, you want a piece of this sandwich?" I was like, "What is it?" He said, "PB and fluff." I'm like, "What?" He was like, "Watch." And it was great. I loved it. I want to say, ladies, consistency in a relationship can be a double edged sword. Remember, a double edged sword. It can bring security and trust, but it can also lead to boredom and a lack of personal growth. It's all about finding the right balance and keeping the spark alive. So remember, consistency is good, but don't be afraid to mix things up a bit and keep things exciting. And if your partner is too consistent, just remind him that variety is the spice of life. That's me trying to wink, wink, wink. So I'm gonna give y'all a few sources, two sources, and the first source was by Carney, B.R. and Bradbury, 1997, from the book The Longitudinal Course of Marital Quality and Stability, a review of theory, method, and research, Psychological Bulletin 1221 and 3 through 34. You can find that at doi.org 10.1037 /0033 hyphen 2909.12213. And you can also find Sprecher, that's SPRECHER, S. and Felmley, comma D, 2015 Handbook of Relationship Initiation, Routledge. I'm going to give y'all a few more, how you say, do's and don'ts or advantages and disadvantages. Consistency in a relationship can have both social and psychological advantages and disadvantages. Advantage one, I'm going to give you two of each. Advantages. Advantage one, consistency in communication and behavior can lead to trust and predictability in a relationship, which can foster feelings of security and stability. Two, consistency in action and words can demonstrate commitment and reliability in a relationship, which can strengthen the bond between partners. That's the two advantages. Disadvantages. Consistency in a relationship may lead to a lack of spontaneity and excitement, which can lead to feeling of boredom and dissatisfaction. Disadvantage two. Consistency may also lead to a lack of personal growth and development, as partners may become too comfortable in their roles and may not challenge each other to change to improve. Anywho, I'm going to tell y'all good night, but let me say it like this. Thank you for joining us today. And as always, at Talk Life, we are here to help you navigate the ups and downs of relationships and keep the spark alive. So let's go out and spice up our relationships with some consistency and some variety. And this is your man, Mr. Talk 718 with Talk Life. I want to big up Talk Life Radio. I want to big up the family. I want to big up to all the listeners. And I want to big up to all the people who give me the ideas and topics so I can go out and research, get my little 5-minute to 10-minute video out, and show some love to all of those people who need the help. Anyway, this is your man, Mr. Talk 718, and I'm the boss. And you know who I'm the boss of? I'm the boss of me. The boss of me.
I'm a boss.
Now here I call the shots.
It's the boss.
Show 'em who's the boss.
Mr. Talk 718.
I'm a boss to a worker.